Right. Okay. So we are live once again, and we have a new session ahead of us. Welcome to this session, Yukta. I do hope a few others join in. Otherwise, we'll continue with our session. Yeah. Okay. So right. So yesterday we had a fun session. I think yesterday we devoted the time on discussing about how to basically give directions, how to give instructions, correct? So our session was devoted on learning how to do that, correct? We learned some vocabulary around it, right? We learned what sort of phrases, what sort of words we can use, what sort of language we should use. Then we learned some tips around it. We learned some tips on how to actually carry out this sort of a conversation, right? We discussed few pointers like using hand gestures, body language, then stressing on words, speaking slowly, correct? So I think these were some of the pointers that we discussed yesterday, right? And we did some speaking activity around it, correct? All right. So now today we have another new aspect of conversation to discuss. Okay. Um, Today we are planning to learn how to express our emotions and feelings. Okay. So it's a very important session. It's a very new session. Oh, there's a new learner who has
Hi
joined
ma'am,
us.
good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
Ma'am, my name is Harita. I'm sister of her. Ma'am.
Hi, Sarita. Welcome to the session. Welcome. Okay. Now then, let's learn some English, where conversational English, and we learn how to express emotions and feelings today. Okay. All right. So now, mostly when we are expressing emotions or feelings, it is mostly reliant on, or rather, I could say heavily reliant on the kind of vocabulary that we are using. Okay, when we put feelings into words, we need to know those specific words, correct? Right? So, of course, in a single day, we won't be able to have a we won't be able to suddenly have a bank full of vocabulary to express our feelings or emotions, right? But still we'll get familiarized with some words, or get familiar with some words which we can generally use to express those feelings or emotions. Okay. All right. um okay, so let me do a simple activity before I begin. Okay. So now, so there are some generic categories of feelings that we have, right? We have simple basic primary feelings or emotions, primary emotions you can call them. Okay. So what are they? We have angry. Yeah. We have sad. Yes. Happy, or surprised, right? So these are some few basic emotions, you can call them basic emotions, that we can define, right? So what I want you to do, Yukta, is when I say angry, I want you to tell me at least three, four words associated with angry, okay? Which you can use to express anger, okay? So some synonym words that you can use to express the angry feeling that you are getting, okay? Yeah. So okay, so Yukta, if I say anger, what words come to your mind?
Shout, ma'am.
Okay, all right. What else? To express what you're feeling. If you're angry, right? What other word you will say if you're angry? To show that you're angry.
I'm so hot.
Huh?
I'm very
Sorry?
hot. Hot, ma'am.
Hot. Mad you think.
What? Sorry,
Hot
ma'am.
means, hot means you're feeling hot in the summer kind of hot. Right? So that means the temperature is hot. or you're feeling hot in the sense summer kind of feeling hot. Okay, but I'm asking about angry. What words can you think of when you have to express that you are angry? Mad, you can say mad. I am irritated. Yes, I'm frustrated. Yes, right? Do you know these words? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the kind of words that you can use to show your anger. Correct? Right? What kind of words come to your mind when I say happy? Can you think of some words? Can you think of some words when you were feeling happy? Other than happy, what other words you can use? Yeah? Pleased. Do you know the word pleased?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Pleased. Then what else? Elated. I am elated. Do you know the word elated?
No, ma'am.
So another word to show happiness is I am elated. When you're very very happy, so you can say I am elated. Okay, all right. Another word to show happiness, or if you want to express that you're happy, you can say I'm glad. Right? I am glad, or I'm delighted. Yes. Do you know the word delighted?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
So I'm glad, I'm happy, I'm delighted, I'm elated, right? So all of these, or I'm pleased, correct? So all of these words you can use to show that you are happy, correct? Similarly, if you want to say that you are feeling sad, right? What words can you use for sad? What other words you can use for sad? Or to show that
Unhappy.
you are sad? I am
Unhappy.
unhappy, yes. Yes, means what else? Unhappy, yes. That indicates that you're not feeling good. You're sad, correct? So unhappy is a good word. What else you can say? I'm feeling down. Yes, I'm feeling down. Or I'm upset. Yes, I'm upset. Or you can say I'm feeling low. Low, Low. I'm feeling
Yes.
low, I'm down, or I'm feeling down, I'm unhappy, I'm upset, right? I'm sad. So, sad, well, that's the word to you show sadness, but other than that, these are some different words that you can use. So, this is why I mentioned that showing what you're feeling is heavily dependent on the kind of words that we use. Okay, because using those words we can show the degree or the extent of emotion that we are feeling. If you say I'm furious, right? If you say I'm furious, that means angry. Not just angry, you're very very angry.
Frustrated.
No, no, not frustrated. Furious means you're very very angry. Okay, understood. So if you say furious, that means you're very, very angry. You're not just angry, but you're very, very extremely angry, right? If you say you're frustrated means you are irritated by something. Something is bothering you, correct? Right? So it shows the degree of anger that you have. So that is why, same if you say I'm happy, if you say I'm delighted, right? So it shows if you're happy, that means you're happy normally. If you say I'm thrilled, I'm delighted, that means you're really happy. Okay, understood? So that is why words or vocabulary play a major role in showing your emotions or expressing your emotions or what you're feeling. Understood? So words play a very important role here. Yeah. Okay. So whatever words we discussed just now, try to remember that, because when we do our activity, we'll be utilizing these words. Or I would like you to utilize these words. Understood? Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. So now, before we start, that we start with our spoken activity for the day, I want to share some tips on how to actually do that efficiently. How to express emotions or how to express feelings efficiently. Okay. All right. So, very first point, like I mentioned, the first point that you should remember is vocabulary. Vocabulary is really, really important. So, if you remember when we were discussing the session about how to learn vocabulary and how to improve vocabulary, I mentioned that learn more synonyms, correct? Yeah. So, here, when you learning how to express your emotions and learning how to share your feelings, try to learn as many synonyms as you can. So if you read the word happy, Google its synonyms, remember those synonyms, learn the meaning of those synonyms as much as you can, because they play a very important role. They play a vital role in expressing our feelings efficiently. Okay, understood? So learn your vocabulary when you are trying to express your emotions or feelings. Okay, so the very first point is learning vocabulary, correct? Okay. Now the second point is that an easier way for us to understand emotions. So, for example, if we want to express emotions and feelings, we should understand what we are feeling and what we are, what sort of emotions are there in our heart or in our mind. Correct, right? To understand those emotions and to express them better, you can take help of music or movies. So in music, if you see, there are a lot of different emotions that are expressed through their lyrics, through different songs that we have, right? There are happy songs, there are sad songs, correct? So try to listen to music, try to listen to English music and try to learn that vocabulary from there. Try to understand how they're expressing sadness, how they're expressing surprise or happiness or anger, right? So you have all different sorts of songs and movies available, right? So try listening to those songs or try watching those movies, which will help you, first of all, learn how to express them, plus it will help you with proper vocabulary and proper expression of it. Okay. So take help of music that you have around you. Take help of the movies that are available online. I think nowadays there are so many platforms where we can get access to such things, right? So try utilizing those to a good extent. Okay. So if you are listening to music or English music, or if you're listening or if you're watching English movies, try learning something from them as well. Okay. So these are some day-to-day activities which can help you learn how to emote well. Okay, how to share and express your emotions. Understood? Okay, so this was your second point. Now third point, one another activity that you can do is associate emotions or associate whatever you're feeling through your past experiences or whatever experiences that you're having. For example, think about it. When you um when you say, okay, what if ask yourself a question like, what makes me really angry? Think about it. What makes me really angry? For example, today there was no power for the entire day in at my house. That made me really angry. So what did you do? Or rather, what did I do? I shared an experience, or I associated an experience of my life with an emotion. Understood. So, what was my experience? There was no power for the entire day. What did that make me? It made me really angry. It made me really frustrated. It made me irritated, right? So, that was an emotion that I'm associating with an experience. Okay. It was raining the entire day today. That made me
Ma'am,
really happy.
actually, I'm getting your voice a little bit low, ma'am. Can I rejoin again?
Are you getting it low? Once again.
Ma'am, I'll try to rejoin again, ma'am. Your voice is not. I am not able to hear your voice, ma'am.
Is this better? No? Okay. All right. So we have, hopefully, we have Yukta who will join in soon. And for other viewers out there who probably are watching, we are talking about tips on how to show our emotions or how to express our emotions better. So the first point is that we show expressing emotions is heavily reliant on vocabulary, correct? The second point is try listening to music, try listening to English music, try listening to as many different kinds of songs which express different moods, right? Watch movies, watch English movies, associate those words with whatever is being expressed in the content over there in the movie. So associate those words with the kind of expressions that you're learning or the kind of expressions that they are showing. um, Another point is that you can associate personal experiences uh, and connect your memories with whatever you are feeling. So if for example you can ask yourself a question that what makes us angry, what makes me angry, so we can, okay, so we have Kashish and Yukta back online with us. So as I was recapping, associate personal experiences or personal memories with what you feel, right? So ask yourself a question like, what makes me angry? Think about that. Yeah. Okay. So think about what makes me really angry. For example, no power makes me really angry, or somebody who is not maintaining cleanliness, that makes me angry. Somebody who is not punctual, that makes me angry. Yeah. So these are what these are feelings or emotions which I'm associating with my personal experiences. If I ask myself what makes me really happy, so I can say food makes me really happy, or I can say watching the rain makes me really happy. Yeah. Try keeping your video on, you guys, so that I'm able to associate with you properly. So yeah, what makes me really happy? So I can say watching the rain makes me really happy. Traveling makes me really happy. Food makes me really happy. So what are you doing? Whatever you personally feel, whatever you are personally feeling, you are associating that feeling with a with a memory or with a with a personal experience. Okay, so this can also help you learn expressions and emotions and help you emote that properly and efficiently. Okay, so that's another tip. One final tip, you guys, on how to learn, or rather learn how to express ourselves, or rather express our emotions and feelings better, is to keep a sort of a mood journal or a mood diary. Okay, what do I mean by that? Basically, whatever happened throughout the day, we know how to keep a diary or how to keep a journal, right? We write down all the activities that happened throughout the day, correct? So when we are keeping a diary, we make it specific to a mood diary. For example, I was really happy today because I finished all my homework. I was feeling thrilled today because I am visiting my relatives. I am elated that my summer vacation is starting. So, what are you doing? You are writing what you're feeling. So, that means what? Whatever your mood is for that day. Or, for example, that day you're feeling really sad. So, you can say that, okay, today I was feeling really low. Or today I was feeling really down. Today I was a little bit unhappy. Today I felt a bit upset. Okay, so whatever you're feeling or whatever your mood is for the day, you write it down and associate with whatever experience, why you felt that way, why you were feeling that way, why you were surprised that day, why you were feeling angry that day, right? So that means what? You're basically keeping a mood journal. What are you doing? You're writing down whatever you're feeling, whatever your emotions are. So the more you utilize this sort of vocabulary, the more you do this sort of an activity, it will force you to learn, first of all, better vocabulary associated with it, and it will help you, make it, I mean, it will basically make it easier for you to emote. Sometimes what happens is, sometimes we are also shy, we are not able to openly say whatever we are feeling all the time to everybody. So it's better that at least to ourselves we are able to write it down for ourselves, and at least relate to something. Okay, understood? So these are some of the pointers that you can apply, that you can implement, that you can utilize to help emote better. Okay, that means how to share your emotions and feelings better and efficiently. These are some of the points. Vocabulary, better vocabulary, learn more vocabulary, basically learn more synonyms of the words that you already know to to associate those words with feelings. Second, listen to music, listen to or watch movies, because there are sad songs, there are happy songs, there are angry songs, right? So you will learn with the lyrics that they are using, you'll learn how to emote those feelings better. So that's another way that you can use. Or watch movies if you can, so watch how other people are reacting, use body language, right? Or watch their body language basically, and see what words they are using to express that body language or express what they're feeling. Third point is associate your memories or personal experiences with what you're feeling. Right? Ask yourself selves questions: What am I feeling today? Why am I angry today? What makes me angry? What makes me happy? What makes me sad? What makes me feel surprised? Or what will surprise me? Right? So these sort of questions, and try to relate those with words. And finally, I asked you that keep a mood diary. Okay, like a small journal, everyday activity. You can write down what how you felt throughout the day, and what made you feel that way, so that you will utilize more and more words, and you will be able to use those words in your spoken language easily. Okay. One final point I'll add over here is body language. Using body language is also important, although it's not directly related to the spoken way, but that plays a very important role. Like last time, how we talked about using hand gestures, correct? So here, body language or facial gestures also help you emote better. So if you're feeling happy, you're excited, you're smiling, so use body language to express your or rather associate with whatever you are saying. Okay, so body language plus whatever words that you're using, that will help you express better. Okay, understood? So these points are clear about how to express your emotions and feelings efficiently. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
right, followed so
Yes,
far?
ma'am.
Okay, good. All right. So now let's get to our today's speaking activity then. Yeah. Okay. So I'm sure you guys have guessed that I'm going to make you speak something which will share your feelings, which will make you share your feelings and your emotions, right? Correct? So let's get to our question for the day. What we are going to do is I'm going to give you a question. Okay? It's a common question. I'll give you a minute to think about it. Okay? And one by one, I'll ask you guys on how you react to that, how you felt or how you feel towards that question, and what your answer is. Okay? All right? Okay, so let me take something current, something that we all are going through. So we'll all be able to relate to what each other person is feeling. Okay? All right. So now, past year, we all faced a major lockdown, correct? We faced a nationwide lockdown due to the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, correct? Yes? You're all aware of that, right? Okay, so lockdown was quite challenging for a lot of people. There were a lot of different things that people faced. We all face different challenges. We all did something good. We all probably face some difficulties as well, right? So, what my question for you guys today is, how did the past year's lockdown make you feel? Okay. So, basically, I want you to share your experience, but share it in a way which tells me how you were feeling or how you felt during that lockdown period. Okay, what your emotions were, how were you feeling throughout that lockdown period, right? How did you get through that lockdown period? Correct? Yeah. The question, if both of you have understood, question all of you have understood, any doubts, any queries?
No.
Sure, right? So I'll give you guys a minute, okay? Think about it a little bit. Think about what you were feeling. How did you feel when the news came, right? The moment it was announced, how did you feel when it was announced? Then day by day, how did you progress? Did it get really difficult in between, or did you spend that time happily, right? How did you feel when it ended, correct? Now again, recently it was once again imposed, right, when there was a second wave. So how did you feel once again when there were lockdown conditions, correct? So talk about how you felt throughout these times, okay? And whatever words that you're using, like I felt happy, I felt sad, I felt angry, try using more synonyms of it. And if you can't think of something, ask me, okay? I'll help you out with the words so you can note them down and later on you can remember to utilize them, okay? Understood? Okay. So let me start with Yukta. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yukta, you do you need some more thinking time or you're ready to speak?
Ma'am, I need some time.
Need some time? Yeah. Okay. Whatever different questions I've asked you around it, try thinking around them. How did that news make you feel, right? When it was announced that there is going to be a lockdown, how did that make you feel? What happened after the lockdown? After the lockdown was imposed, when it started, and when you were adjusting to the new way, kind of life, right, under lockdown, how did you feel then? Were you happy about it? Were you sad about it? There were rising numbers on the news every day. How did that make you feel? Correct? So, talk about that. How did you spend your lockdown, right? Did that make you feel good? Did that make you feel sad or angry, frustrated, difficult, down? Think of all the words that we discussed initially. Yeah? Alright? Okay, so will you give it a try? I'll help you along with it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Try.
So, can I start now? Ma'am, first of all, when the news came as it would be a lockdown, then I was just in a surprised mood that oh, it's a lockdown, and I'm a little bit delighted also that we are gonna get holidays. Yes, ma'am. And
I
after
was celebrating. Just remember, this is in past tense, right?
okay,
This is all happened. So you are going to tell everything in past tense. I felt that. I was delighted, right?
I was
Continue.
delighted that we are gonna get holidays, and it went on for a few weeks later, and our teacher started giving us the notes and homeworks basics little bit. Then first of all, after getting that news that teacher started that basic levels that before starting the classes, then I'm a little bit a little bit excited like actually we are starting a
What?
new thing. I was
I
little bit excited. I was little bit excited, and after it went on for a few weeks, then the burden of the work was increasing, and they were dates for the exam were also given, and I was little bit upset. So I was feeling little bit low that oh, exams are coming, and then I thought that it's better to go to school than staying at home, and it will be easy for us to learn. Then after it went on for a week, and it um, next the lockdown was erased, and again the schools were open. Then I felt very delightful to hear, I was very delightful to hear the news. Then I was
I was
very
delighted, delightful. It was
I,
delighted to hear.
I was delighted to go to school again. So after it went on for a few weeks, and I heard the news again that there is a lockdown uh, again. So I felt like little bit upset again. So again lockdown, and now now I'm going on my, that's just a little bit with a, it's with nothing mood like up. I'm going with a little bit happiness now.
Okay.
That's all I would like to say.
So now you're happy about it, right? Okay, all right. Good attempt. Very good attempt. I like that you didn't repeat one single word again and again. You used some different words to express one single feeling, right? So, for example, just now when you said I was upset, I was a little bit low, I was feeling low, I was feeling down, right? So, try not to. This is exactly why we need more synonyms, okay, around these words like anger, sadness, happiness, surprise, shock, right? Excitement, all of these different emotions, we should have more and more synonyms so that we can express it in a different manner each time when we are using that emotion. Okay, and that way we won't sound repetitive. You won't, every time you won't say I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad. No, you'll say I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling low, I'm a little bit under the weather. So there are phrases also, by the way, not just words, there are phrases as well that you can use, idioms that are called. What are these called? These are called idioms. When you are using some popular phrases, right? So those are called idioms. So you can use those phrases as well. For example, if you're not feeling too well, right? If your health is not too well, you say I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Okay, right? So these sort of phrases also you can use. I'm over the moon, if you say. That's a phrase. I'm over the moon means I'm really, really happy. No. So try learning these phrases as well to express how you're feeling, to share your emotions properly. Okay? Yeah? Good job, good attempt, Yukta. Very well done. But remember about, be aware of the tenses. Yeah? Tenses is something that we have learned to express now, correct? So now, whenever, what was my question? How was the lockdown phase? Correct. How did you feel when past year there was a lockdown? So we are talking about something that has already happened. So pay attention to the question as well. So listening skills are really important. Pay attention to the question and accordingly start responding. Yeah. Okay. But other than that, very well done. All right. Okay. So now you, Kashish, have a better idea of what kind of answer is expected, right? So try giving in more details, try adding in more words if you can, try adding in more synonyms of how you were how you were feeling, correct? So whenever you are ready with your answer, please begin.
Okay, I will try. Is I'm audible?
Yes, you're clearly audible.
Okay, okay. So I think that time for everyone, that time was very difficult because every day on a single day, every day, the cases are been increasing day by day, and people are losing their lives and losing their lives,
People were
losing their,
losing their lives.
okay, people lose their
As
lives and love.
there is no word called as losing. Okay, there is
Sorry.
loss and there is no word as losing. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
there is, yeah.
Okay. So people are losing their lives and the um, relatives and all these, and I think that was very hectic for everyone to be at home and face all these difficulties. And if I talk about personally how I felt, so I think I was happy because I learned a lot in my in the
How I
lockdown.
felt, not felt, felt.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, past tense. Okay. So if I talk about personally that how I felt, so I was happy. I was little bit happy because I learned a lot in the lockdown. I learned new languages, and that's it. Thank you.
Um, Try expressing if you can. So this what you mentioned. It was more about how everybody else was feeling.
Hmm.
Okay. Try telling me about how you felt. You remember the questions I mentioned? For example, tell me how you felt when it was announced. Tell me how you felt when the first day of lockdown really started and you realized that okay, this is what lockdown is about. Then throughout the days, how you felt when lockdown was imposed and you have to carry out your basic activities in a different manner. Correct? How you felt about maybe your education or your work that you're carrying out, right? How you felt about that.
Okay, so on the very first day, when the lockdown announced, uh, that was really a shock news that
The
it will
lockdown
be a
was
was announced. And that was very shocking news for everyone that we can't go outside, and there is no schools and colleges open, and it will be difficult. It was difficult for everyone to manage all their works, and people are sorry.
not people.
um,
Try to talk about you.
and what else?
Try. Was it difficult? Were you happy about it? Were you sad about it? A day-to-day life,
Exactly. That was very.
was it a
I can say that that was the mixture of every movement or every mood. That sometimes I was happy and someday I was very sad because when we hear the news of the cases that are increasing, that it feels very sad and low, that people are losing their lives. And if we talk about personally, then we made lots of dishes that makes me very happy. We tried lots of dishes and try some uh, new skills, and tried a lot new skills, and
so was that exciting to try out new skills? Were you thrilled about getting into new activities? That's an
yeah,
emotion,
that was
right?
very exciting. Yes, that was very exciting to me, that I did lots of skills and improved my skills, and that's it.
Right. Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Kashish. Okay. So Kashish,
yeah,
good attempt, but try understand the question. Try to understand the question. What is it
yeah.
asking you? It's asking you about what you feel, right? So, I know initially it is a little different. Kashish, could you mute your audio? Yes, thank you. So initially, definitely it's a little bit difficult because and when suddenly we are thrown a question where we felt and that too with respect to a period where everybody felt a lot of different mixed emotions, right? So it was it's a little difficult to put it all together and give a 5 minute talk on it, right? There were so many different things that happened, and I'm sure every single day was different for each other, right? However, when I say that, tell me in general how your experience was. So in general, when we say that, try summarizing in short that what were the high points or what were the important phases of that experience, okay, or important steps of that or important areas of that experience. So that way that can become the highlight of your conversation. Understood? And that is what you can express. So highlight could be important events that happened. So first it was announced, that could be an important event. Then you start realizing that this is how our daily life is going to be, right? Getting groceries, we don't go out for we can't go out for groceries anymore. That is difficult to understand, right? Because we have a habit that, oh, we want a milk packet, we'll immediately go out and get a milk packet. Or if we want some vegetables, we'll immediately go out and get some vegetables, right? But later on, I think we had to club everything together and then think really hard and plan and organize and then accordingly order our groceries. So these were some different major changes that happened, right? Okay, so this is how you can, whenever you are summarizing something or you're telling a story, you can highlight whatever was the high point of that experience or whatever is the priority point about that story. Share that and share, when I say share, feel what you're feeling in that moment. Share whatever you were feeling in on that high point or on that priority point that you have highlighted out. Okay, understand? Right? Basically, why we are doing this activity is so that you get familiar with the words that we use to express different emotions. Basic emotions, like I said, are, yes, feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling angry, feeling excited, right? These are definitely some basic emotions or primary emotions that we feel. But to express that, we can use a multitude of words so that our expressions don't seem repetitive. Okay, it seems that we are, we have a bank of vocabulary which can help us express each single mood that we have or each single emotion that we are feeling. Also, when we are feeling something, there are different degrees of it, right? Sometimes you're really happy, sometimes you're generally happy, right? Sometimes you're really, really sad, sometimes you're really, really sad that you are crying all day, sometimes you are just generally feeling sad where your mood is not that great or you are just down in general, you don't feel like talking or something like that, right? Correct? So every mood or every emotion that we are feeling also has some degrees. So if our emotions, the things that we are feeling has degrees, so our words also should match those degrees of emotions that we are feeling. Understood? And that is why it is highly, the very first point that I mentioned about our conversation was that feelings and emotions are highly dependent on the words that we use. Okay, all right. And the activity that we did was to check what sort of vocabulary that we already have which can help us express our emotions and what else we need to add on to our existing vocabulary. And like I mentioned in our session about improving vocabulary, if you or if you have not seen that session till now, please go check it out on our YouTube channel. Okay, so on our YouTube channel bodhisutra.com, please check out that video which shares how to improve your vocabulary. And whenever you are working on your vocabulary, the easiest way is learning synonyms. Okay, so it talks about how you can work on it, and the easiest way of working on your vocabulary is learning synonyms. So please use this technique on learning your emotions vocabulary related to how you can express your emotions and feelings. Please, please, please do this activity because it's going to help you a lot. And as adults, we definitely have a lot of feelings. So when we need a channel, we need a way to express them, and that is why we need to learn this as well. Okay, so learning how to have a better vocabulary, building on that vocabulary, using your vocabulary, all of these things are important. Okay, understood? Yeah. Any doubts, any queries so far? Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday I'll just quickly remind you. I Yesterday I mentioned an activity that I want to discuss about tomorrow. right? So I mentioned that think about what is your biggest fear, or what is your major problem when you are conversing in English, or whenever you have an opportunity to speak in English, correct? Think about that, and I want you to come back and share that with me tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to have a fun session where we are going to discuss where we are at, where we started, first of all, what level we started, and where we are now, where we have reached, correct? And we'll take an open question and answer sort of round tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes for us, okay? Because I think the last time we had such a session, it was, I think, 1 or 2 weeks back. I think last to last Friday, right? So let's keep that session once again, because we have learnt a lot in between, correct? So we have learnt a lot of different topics. We have taken a lot of different activities. So whatever doubts, whatever queries that you have, I want you guys to come up with those queries. Note them down if you like, so that you remember what to ask me tomorrow, and we'll come back and discuss everything. Okay? But this is one particular question that I really want you guys to practice. Or not really practice, but keep it in your mind or keep it noted somewhere. What is your biggest fear about English speaking? Okay? What's your biggest fear, or what's your biggest major concern, you can say, major concern about speaking in English? Please come back with an answer for this question, and we'll discuss each one's answer, and we'll see how that goes. Okay? All right? Clear so far? Yes? Kashish, this is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. All right. So I feel we are at a very natural end to this session now. I hope that you understood this session. Whatever sessions you probably have missed out or you have not attended, I want you to please go through the recordings of those sessions. Please check them out. If you have forgotten something that we discussed previously, please go check out these videos. These are going to be really helpful. At least go and check the part where I'm discussing the tips and tricks, okay? Tips and strategies about that particular session that we are taking, right? At least go and review that part, revise that particular session, and then tomorrow, that way, when you come back, you will be better equipped to go through the question and answer round, okay? All right. Understood? So please go back, check out those videos, and if you have any whatever doubts and queries that you have, please note them down. We'll come back tomorrow to a fun and open session that we are going to have, and we'll see how that goes. Okay? I feel like I'm
Okay.
repeating myself. No. Okay. All right. So let's come back tomorrow at same time, and I do hope to see maximum people tomorrow, because I would like to interact with all of you, and I would love it if all of us are interacting together and sharing our feedback, so that we'll be better equipped to continue our sessions further. Okay. All right then. So we'll stop here for the day. Let's come back tomorrow at same time. See you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Take care.